Valentine's Day is fast approaching, so we have 5 budget-friendly date night ideas for him
and for her.
Do you break into a sweat with even the thought of having company? I'm here to help. After trying just a few of my hosting tips, you'll be more than ready to say, come on over.
The first idea could work for either him or her, and we like to call it favorite movie night. So in this case, it's about you, Jimmy, and his favorite movie is?
Of course, Smokey and the Bandit.
Of course, Eastbound
and Down, yes.
You'll never get that song out of your head.
Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it.
What I've put together are some of the props from the movie and ideas from the movie. The number one being
the 77 Trans Am
See,
with the exhaust coming out from the pie.
So we've got a pie
Very cool.
with, you've got the Trans Am taken off, smoke rolling out of the back. So that gives them a good idea. There's going to be pie involved, and we have the Trans Am. And then, of course, we have to have the food and beverage. In this case, the only food could be
the Diablo sandwich,
which is a loose meat sandwich like a sloppy Joe or a roast beef
hamburger,
sandwich, something that falls apart when you eat it because the scene has.
Jackie Gleason is at the diner and he orders a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm gonna hurry.
So, which we have here as well.
Diablo, Dr. Pepper. Then the whole show, the reason that they're racing down the highways is because of
the Coors beer.
Why?
Well, it was not legal in certain states, and Texas is where they were hauling it back to. So that.
So we have a
Coors beer.
Bottle of Coors beer, and then we have in the same scene that Jackie Gleason's ordering. Shocking that I know this. Ordering his Diablo is
sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Yeah. So, not my favorite movie, but since this date night is about him, I will watch this movie delightfully while we have our Diablo sandwiches and our pie and our beverages, and it will just be a fun and very affordable evening.
And now a date night for her. What I would do is leave work early, come home, run a hot bath and her favorite bath bombs. I would then pour her a glass of her favorite champagne or wine. Mm-hmm. I would then light a candle.
Ooh, that looks like a good... And sometimes it takes one or more times.
A couple tries, yep.
But I wouldn't know because I wouldn't be here.
First time using one of these, I guess. And then have her favorite music playing either on CD or you can stream it if you have a Bluetooth speaker. At that point, just give her time, close the door, and let her wash away all the stress from her hectic day.
Oh, I like this. Actually, full disclosure, he has done this for me before. Okay. And so it isn't always champagne, it's whatever we have on hand. And I will actually text him from the bathtub for a refill. Oh, the beautiful part of modern technology. Well, let's pop open some champagne.
Absolutely.
Even though it's not really right now, Valentine's Day or a date night, nicely done. We're going to go ahead and just pour a little champagne. Oh, it's so pretty.
Very bubbly.
It's so bubbly. And even though you can't hear the bath water running, you can see the candle, and we're going to do a little Valentine's toast. And this particular date cost very little because we already had it on hand.
Yep.
It's just a labor of love.
Toast.
Love you, baby.
Another affordable gift idea for her.
For me.
Is flowers. Not the traditional cut roses that are way overpriced.
Way too expensive.
And they get thrown away, a couple days later. Is a plant that she can enjoy year round, either inside or outside. And since I know nothing about plants, except they need to be watered.
But not too much water.
Not too much water.
Not too little water.
Yeah, it's a complicated process. I'm going to let her explain to you about these plants that she recommended.
All right, I would recommend a miniature rose. There's 2 reasons why. One is it is a rose for Valentine's Day, always lovely. And they're miniature, which means you can keep them inside during the cold months, but in the spring and summer and even into the early fall, you can pot these up and they stay small outside. And they could be on like a porch or a deck, or even an enclosed area, as long as they were getting some outdoor temps, and they will do just fine. So this one's transferable. You would need to repot it.
Yeah,
we could do that together,
yeah.
and make it fun. Another idea is to do a violet. Violets are very delicate and feminine and lovely. And so those usually come in its own little pot, and I put it down into another pot. And they're a little fussier, but if your sweetheart loves violets, that's a great time. And you can find them in grocery stores and nurseries. And in fact, I found this one for $10 at a grocery store. Another idea, and one of my favorites, is an orchid. As you know,
do love orchids.
I love orchids, and they go into orchid rehab when they're not blooming, and I get them to rebloom. And I thought this one was particularly beautiful because it has 2 stems, and the white blooms on this are just stunning. And if you do choose an orchid, try to get one that has started to bloom but has not bloomed out. You can see 2 are opening here, and some are already open, and they will last a long time, and then they will rebloom if you put them into orchid rehab. This stays inside. Unless you're in higher zones, then you can go outside. Another idea, and cannot fail, is a succulent. Succulents are great for dry weather. They're great for humid weather. They're great for hot weather. Not so great for cold weather, but you almost can't kill them.
Good.
I know, makes it great. So these will last a long time. You can get a collection of them and even pot them together, which we would do. Yeah. But I would love a gift like this. In fact, Jimmy has surprised me several times with beautiful, long-lasting plants that I have then moved around the house. And I love it. It reminds me of him and his gifts to me. It's wonderful. Yep. So can't go wrong with this floral gift. Another affordable Valentine's date idea for him involves traveling back to the 1950s, where he comes home from work.
Honey, I'm home.
And you take the briefcase, hand him the slippers, the newspaper, and his favorite beverage.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And while he relaxes, you make dinner. Okay, so we've actually done this. I didn't have this apron on, and
I didn't have iced tea in a glass.
And you probably were wearing my slippers.
Probably didn't have a newspaper, but we have done this.
We have done this where usually on Monday nights when I'm home most of the day, I will prep some sort of really nice and maybe more involved dinner that he really likes. We both really like. We love to cook. And so this is actually ready. I set the table. I have some music going sometimes, and he'll come in and change out of his work clothes and into his casual clothes, and we will have a wonderfully made dinner with no stress involved and just play a game and talk about our evening. And it's very relaxing.
It is. Yeah.
You don't have to do the apron and the newspaper and the slippers, but
that makes
you
it fun.
Do it.
I like that. I love that idea. Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be pearls and dressed up, but it is nice to already have dinner either going or ready. But if you're not hungry, it can just be going in a crock pot, or a casserole is perfect for that. And that way, when it's time for dinner, you just sit down and have it, and no stress is involved. And we saved the best for last. If you are going out to dinner on Valentine's night, and that can be pricey, what you could do for each other is choose a designated driver, and then the other person gets to what we call pregame. And that means that you have a little snack and you serve a little beverage for the person who isn't driving. And that way, when you get to the restaurant or hotel restaurant or wherever you're going, that cuts down your price dramatically. If you can cut out the drinks and appetizers and even dessert, the meal is much more affordable. So if I were going to be the designated driver and serving Jimmy, I would get out a bourbon glass and give him a 2-ounce pour of his favorite bourbon. And then I would also have a little chocolate here to go with his bourbon. It's a good pairing.
Yep.
We might have some cheese and olives, whatever he would like. But if it's my turn, what would you do?
I would probably make you the Jimmy which is a martini that we've actually made on the show.
Yeah, we'll link that down below.
And I would pour you a martini.
Yes. And
Let you pregame.
this goes great with chocolate too.
As I would
And
be
so
yeah.
he would be the designated driver. I would get to enjoy the martini. We'd both enjoy the chocolate, and we would have an evening out. Now, we don't often do that because we love to cook, but there are times where we do love to eat out. And so we try to cut down on our costs too, and that's our favorite way of doing it.
Yes.
So whatever your plans are for Valentine's Day, what's important is that you make it personal for the person that you love. And whether that's flowers or candy or dinner or whatever you're going to do, it can be affordable and it can be fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, happy Valentine's Day.
Big smiles at the end.
Like that.
Like you're happy that you're married.
Should I go?
Most of the time.
Stop it. You can kind of go. Not fake one. So we have 5 budget-friendly idea nights. No. We have done the thing.
Are we still recording?
We are.
I thought we were just doing the intro and then stopping, and then we were going to talk about
I am talking.
Okay, all right.
Lord have mercy.
Well, flustered. You think it'd be real alcohol in there? Probably should be.
Another affordable Valentine's date. The first one I learned was so good.
I know.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.